All right, we'll get started here. Just to kick things off, I am Catherine Coley. I'm the CEO of Binance US, and I'm so excited to share with you what I've been working on this summer. We are getting ready for launch in 24 hours. We've had registration open this past couple of days, and really excited to kind of lay out what we're looking at and how we're going to begin this conversation, which I really hope will begin now and continue going forward. So we'll kind of kick things off. We've got a little bit about me just to give people some clarity. I know a lot of people said we want CZ. Unfortunately, in America, I'm running the operations out here, so you'll see my face a little bit more often. But I come from a background of traditional currency markets. I started on the trading floors in Hong Kong and then moved to London as well to see kind of what big liquidity was like after seeing the most illiquid markets of onshore Asian currencies. And then now have transitioned into cryptocurrencies, really focused on getting infrastructure ready for the rest of the world, really focused on how we can improve people's access to digital assets. So that's really what drove me to work with BAM Trading Services and get that up and started. So we will be overseeing all the launch here for Binance US and based in San Francisco, California. And we will be rolling out our services across the U.S. I'll touch back on that part because I know that's a sensitive subject a lot of people have brought up as well, kind of understanding. But just to give you a quick glimpse before I dive into the questions you submitted, we'll be launching tomorrow trading. We'll be going live across Bitcoin, BNB, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, and Tether across USDT and USD pairs. And then the following day, we just announced that this morning that we'll be offering trading on Wednesday in ADA, Lumens, BAT, Ethereum Classic, and ZRX. So we're going to continue to roll these out as we see fit. There's a digital asset risk assessment framework we've put in place for us to review what we think are coins that people really want to be trading, and we want to roll these out in a way that allows for liquidity for all types of users in America. So to get things started, just a quick overview. Binance US is really here to be the trading platform that you've been asking for. So we've taken in your input pretty much globally and added that to how we're going to be constructing the trading experience here in America. So we'll be looking at the different functions that you're needing, the different settlement purposes, what tokens and coins are going to be offered, really hoping this is a two-way conversation in the market. So as much of your feedback as possible, it's kind of my oxygen for figuring out how our product can best suit your needs. And I take it personally, like what was I looking for when I was hoping to be doing some of this trading? And a lot of it has been translated into this product. So I hope you enjoy. So we'll get kicking off tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. It's a little early here on the West Coast, I realize, but we got to fit in all of America to get up and early starting their trading. So we will kick off at 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then we will also start from here on until November 1st, free trading. So I think one of the important things is that hurdle to entry into the market. Oftentimes the fees were something that held people back. Why would you be paying a certain percentage if you were going to be working around a very volatile asset anyways? So we wanted to offer free trading for those folks to get started. We're also offering $15 if you sign up and get your friends to sign up to trade too. So this is something that we'll address as well because people have brought that up. They've said, give us back the referral program, and we're really looking forward to exploring that a little bit more in this AMA. So we'll get kind of laying out what's happening in phase 2, but one of the things we kind of need to emphasize for you is that we are able to license this cutting edge technology that Binance has been fortunate to build. And with that, we're able to apply it into the U.S. regulatory environment. So where we are able to offer those items that Binance has for its ecosystem, we will go for. And where we are not, we'll adapt for the environment that we're offering for users now. So we'll see kind of fit how we see through. I think a lot of our CZ and I have quite a common goal in mind, and that is certainly around working together to increase the freedom of money around the world. And one thing, or where I can start and add my impact, is here in my community in the U.S. So I'm really looking forward to increasing the accessibility of digital assets in this ecosystem and lowering that intimidation level that oftentimes comes with this space. So it's meant for everyone. It's quite an equalizing force, and I see it as the way we're going to go forward with this. So we'll get to the questions. You guys asked some great questions, a lot of ones that I was itching to respond to immediately, and we held off until now. So this one comes from Lucas. I'm going to butcher your last name, so I'll just say Lucas Bydozowski. You asked, are the USDT markets on Binance US connected to Binance.com's order books? Actually, Binance US is its independent entity, so we are not connected liquidity-wise to Binance.com. A lot of people will groan and say that's unfortunate, and it is, but what we're doing is really allowing for trading to take place within the borders where we're allowed to be operating. So we'll start little. This is just the beginning, really building up that liquidity based on an experience for trading that I think you'll enjoy. So the next question comes from Endzone Heroes. And this is, what are the requirements and process for adding new assets? I'm glad you asked this. I think people took a little early criticism when we started off with just 7 assets. And I'm here for the criticism, so keep bringing it on. It only makes us better. But we're starting out in a framework so we can really map and follow what we're looking at and what we're listing. One of the important things we're doing is providing kind of an infrastructure for users to understand how we're thinking about these assets. So whether it is the project's formation itself, the underlying economics of it, or the liquidity expectations that we'll see in the U.S. Sometimes we might not be able to see a token really having that much liquidity, and therefore the market would not be as healthy as we think it should be. So really saving the tokens for the timing that we see is right for the market, but also based on your demand. So we hear you, we're listening. There are a couple on the list that we hope you're enjoying for us going off and listing already. And now for some general questions. We've got one that's really on what's your differentiating factor here in an already crowded U.S. market. If you were to pick only one customer to focus on, a retail or institutional, which one would it be? And this one is from Cylon. I think that's the name of the Twitter handle. But truth be told, I think it's really hard to call this market saturated in the U.S. When I started working for my first company out of college, it was Morgan Stanley, and they celebrated their 75th birthday. So to think that they were still one of the last standing banks there, I think that's maybe where we reach the point of saturation, about 75 years later, when you've got banks consolidating into about 9 institutions. I don't think we're there yet for crypto. I still think we've got plenty of opportunities, whether it's the demographics we're going after, whether it's the trading style we're going after. There's just a lot that I think people can really dig into. So I super respect the groups that have come before us, laying out the framework as they see fit for their target audience, and I see us addressing a different one. One that's really hungry for being able to have more of an interactive experience with their platform, having a way to increase the dialogue between the two of us, and making a platform really built for you. So as you see it fit, we will build, and we've been doing that so far and hope to continue in that kind of path. It's one from a trader's mindset, my background being in foreign exchange, and really understanding what makes liquidity tick. So next up, there will be a question. It said, will we be able to pay fees in BNB? So yes, after November 1st, when trading fees kick back in, we've offered a straightforward program of 10 basis points, or 0.1%, for your trading fees on personal accounts. After this is when you'll actually get to do the referral where your percentage commission of the people you refer clicks in. It didn't make sense to do that when you had zero trading fees because you wouldn't be earning anything in this zero trading fee environment. So We gave you guys $15 up front for joining, and then once November 1st kicks in, you'll be able to get discounted fee structures as well as that commission based from your referrals. And that'll include the referrals you start with today. Well, when referrals started, so a couple days ago. And then after that, we will be, rolling out other functionality that we see fit, whether that's turning your dust into BNB or providing, different functions for the utility of that token. So next up, question says, that was the one that said, I liked the old referral program. What is this new one? That's from Irish Crypto Girl. Very perceptive, yes. We'll be adding that percentage referral program back after November 1st. Another question we've got, will you be offering the same types of referrals and zero fees for the new states that you bring on? That's a great concept. I really think that it's fair for us to offer free trading for the new states as they come on, and something that we'll really look into. I'll explain a little bit more about why the states have been restricted, and that hopefully will give you a little bit more clarity as to why I'm excluding some of the states that I truly love. I grew up in Florida. I studied in North Carolina, so it pains me for not being able to share Binance US with those communities. But I'm hearing a lot of New York right now. So certainly the aspect to grow into those really great, vibrant ecosystems for digital assets is one we want to kick off. There's a regulation purpose behind those. The state-by-state licenses are something that we require in order to operate in some of those states. And so we're applying for those licenses. We're looking forward to getting, full service across the U.S. But bear with us and appreciate your patience for now as we dig into getting those applications up and off the way. And we will take care of you once you go live. It'll be exciting, definitely, when we get more of those states available for Binance US. So your patience is appreciated, and certainly we're working on it. Yes, hopefully soon in Florida. I agree. There's a lot of great and vibrant communities in these states, and we certainly want to foster them through Binance US. So another one of the questions, you bring a good point. I see Binance America needs an iOS and an Android app very quickly for adoption. That's one of the massive forces here in the U.S. There's a huge percentage of mobile over desktop for adoption. Although most traders aren't necessarily on their phones, most people are. And so we are building those apps out. If you are an iOS or an Android developer, do let me know. But we'll be launching those in the near future as well. So stay patient. It's certainly something that's on top of mind. And our funds, SAFU, that's from Mirror Mirage Zero. Yes, so your funds are SAFU, however you call it, tomato. But the Binance US, as being a partner to Binance, we are able to address this insurance in a useful and pragmatic way through this type of fund. And so it's a component that we saw at Binance for the security of the funds and its use, allocating a portion of the trading fees to protect the customer funds. And that's something that we'll adopt here in the US as well. So really looking forward to providing some of those key features that have really been well adopted by the world, and we'll bring them here in-house to the US. So other things kind of looking through, that's about it from my side. Let me look and see what questions we've got kind of running through here. Yep. Wow. Someone wants to grab a drink in Manhattan. It's only about 3 over there, but I guess it's been a busy week already in crypto. She blinked twice. It's a little dry out here, I'll admit. I might be blinking to things, but I'm not answering your questions by that. Margin, hiring, extra rapid. Okay, these are all great questions here. So I think some of the components we can think about down the line, futures, margins, you name it, staking, those components we all need to look at from a regulatory perspective and see how much we're allowed to build out into the U.S. It's something that will take a little bit more time. And so we're offering up a spot market and kind of a healthy fiat on-ramp at first. And then after that, we'll kind of dig into what other features we can provide for you. mentions of, oops, I missed that question. Sorry, I think that was probably a question on the KYC process. If you haven't signed up already, it's basic verification, advanced verification, and then fiat verification. And if you go through all those steps, it'll take less than 15 minutes, I promise. So actually probably shouldn't have said I promise in case you have a glitch on your computer, but for me at least, it took a really short amount of time. I had my passport ready, I had my proof of residency ready, and I clicked through and went through the system pretty quickly. So we've got a really great turnout so far of folks being able to get through the system. Shout out to Crypto Dad on YouTube, who did a nice tutorial for us over the weekend, walking through how he went through in less than 5 minutes to get basic verification. So if you're afraid of it, I'll do a video showing how to go through all the steps, but it shouldn't be intimidating. I made sure we built it with a user-friendly access, so really look forward to seeing you guys all move along on your verification account, or account verification. Questions? I have a brother that looks exactly like her. I wish. Nope. I'm the only brother in my family. So, how do you know your KYC data is secure? Security is something super important we have to focus on. Like any exchange, privacy and data privacy is something of extreme importance. That's something that we take place in our infrastructure from the beginning. People will ask, why are you only coming out now so loud on Twitter, etc.? It's because my first 2 months we were building some really in-depth systems to be able to handle A, the workflow that we were expecting, and B, the privacy of the data that we were receiving. So we really kept our heads down building this out since June, and we're quite looking forward to sharing the product with you already. Can other country people join, or only U.S. citizens? At the moment right now, only U.S. citizens are allowed, and only a select amount of states are allowed right now to go through the process. Again, this is because of the regulation aspects where we're building out those licenses we're allowed. We do think that Binance US can serve North America, so we're looking, of course, to expand beyond those borders in a healthy way, but we've got a lot of work to start with just now. So we'll kick things off and see how we do. Keep in touch with the market. That's something I really want to emphasize as a strong point. We're only as good as you guys let us be. So really, keep the conversation open, and hope this dialogue goes both ways. Questions on the hoodies? Yes, so although the weather was a little hot yesterday here in California, we will be rolling out the hoodies for folks. And so please reach out when we've got those announcements coming out. I think we'll also make t-shirts just in case the world's a little warmer this winter than last year. But sure thing, and really look forward to having you guys. Any following questions, or we'll wrap it up here. But really just super excited to share with you this product. It's really built for you, with you in mind. We're hoping to keep it, low cost, low ego, just ready for access across the market. So verify your accounts, sign up, ask your friends, get those $15 referrals in, and really enjoy. I hope you have a really great experience, and if you don't, I'll hear about it through Twitter, I'm sure, and we'll improve. We'll make changes upon that process. So look forward to having you guys and welcoming you to Binance US. Signing off. Thanks, guys.